Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, kings, queens, peasants, and pussy poppers. It's your boy Cliff the Gift, slanging that wood and not that motherfucking stick. You understand? It's a real motherfucking talk to you. I'm here with my guy Jalil, and we in this bitch. We missing one of the legs.
Yeah.
So it's like you got three of them. So I don't know what you want to call that one. But that nigga ain't here. Shout out to my boy. I hope he get better.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your boy Young Lil, aka Young Lily, also known as the Black MacGyver, Mr. 420 itself. Man, yeah, bro, we are one short of the three-legged monster that Cliff Notes Radio is.
You already know, man, and that's who my partner is, dog. I want to get into this topic of what's going on in LA right now, man.
Oh man, the homeless epidemic.
Is it an epidemic or is it like the
it's a crisis, bro,
of the motherfucking apocalypse?
I mean, between that and the president, you just it could be
it's
one
pretty
of the
fucking bad, dog.
Yeah, it's about as bad as getting as the poor situation with the lady.
It don't get no worse than this, man. So tonight we gonna talk about this situation that happened with this lady near the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, man.
It changed the woman's life. She was getting in the car and a homeless man sprinted across Hollywood Boulevard towards her. Her name is Heidi Van Tassel. She was parked in the Hollywood after a pleasant evening out with friends at a Thai restaurant. A man randomly pulled her out of her car, dragged her out to the middle of the street, and dumped a bucket of feces on her head. She said, man, and public records confirmed, it was diarrhea, hot liquid. I was soaked. And it was coming off my eyelashes into my eyes. Paramedics came to treat her. There was so much of it on her that it looked like a man was saving it up for months. Y'all, I pardon you if I have disrupted any meal or anything that you was about to consume. But yes, this is what is going. This went down. This lady really stepped into a shitty situation the moment that she walked out of her house that morning. She didn't know that she was coming
deep
up.
She was in some deep shit.
She didn't know that she was gonna see the back end, and have to deal with the UPS delivery, air shipment.
Answering the question, what could Brown do for her?
Doo-doo Brown. Yeah, man,
it's so disgusting, bro. It's so disgusting.
I can't even laugh, bro. Like it's really. It's
I'm
like
laughing to keep from throwing up because just the thought of somebody storing their fecal matter.
I don't think the man stored it, bro.
To throw it on somebody.
Man, this is a homeless man in Los Angeles, California. I don't know if y'all know what people throw in trash cans. And I don't know if y'all know, like, nigga, you get fucking food poisoning out this bitch and you not homeless. You just eating regular food. Like, we get food poisoning. Like, how many times in the last couple of weeks have you heard of somebody that you know that got food poisoning, bro? Keeping it true.
I mean, it happens a lot. It happens a lot out here.
That, like...
It's a lot of dirty motherfuckers out here that's just serving contaminated food up.
So you mean to tell me this homeless man eating food after somebody else has eaten the food and left the food in the trash can, and that's going into his system?
But enough to like cake a whole person's face?
Son, I done had a bad burrito before.
I have too.
And I didn't look. I
painted a toilet bowl or two, but not a whole human face.
I done been amazed at what can happen. You know what I'm saying? I done been amazed at what can be produced. And I'm just saying, for this lady to have, she said it was running off her eyelashes
into her eyes.
I'm trying to keep it together, people.
I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't even want to be again. Give me another head. I need a whole new head.
So the question comes up, Jalil.
Do you kiss your wife if that happens to your wife?
I mean, of course you gotta console her.
But is you kissing her in the face?
I mean,
Even after
she
it's
goes through
washed
her shot
off.
regimens, because they said she had to be treated and taken to the hospital, and every 3 months she's gonna have to get a set of shots. You know what I mean? That's terrible. Like every 3 months she's gonna have to get a set of shots. I don't know how long this process is gonna
What was
be.
it, for tetanus, gangrene?
For everything, like your eyes have so many blood vessels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If something gets into your eyes, bro, like you can actually contract hepatitis faster through your eyes than you can contract it anywhere else. You know what I mean? So that's a serious fucking thing.
That is, and shit is disgusting.
So in that moment, what the fuck are you doing? Like, boom, bow, it's on you. The hot shit on you. What you doing, Lil?
Immediately taking my shirt off and using my shirt to wipe myself off, keeping my eyes closed, asking for a bottle of water, and then I'm finding that motherfucker to kill him. Because he gonna die. You don't throw shit on me and live. You're dying. And I'm gonna sit in jail a happy-ass man knowing the motherfucker that perpetrated and decided to throw a bucket of diarrhea on me. First of all, you're not wrestling me out my car. I'm a grown-ass man. That's first of all. You're gonna have to get me with the bucket in the car because I'm not getting out the car.
I did.
So if you lucky enough and strong enough to get me out the car, man, you're gonna be in a fight of your life. That shit will end up on you. I ain't. Look, homeless folk. If you happen to, because I know these motherfuckers got phones, they be watching.
Hey, give your announcement.
If you see me, please don't try it. Please just don't. Don't even do it to yourself. It ain't worth it.
Man, I want to look at it. Not just saying anything you said is illogical, but I want to look at it from this logical standpoint of fighting a motherfucker while you got shit on you is a risk.
I'm not taking that risk. I'm gonna clean myself off as much as I can before I commence the whooping act.
Because if you fight while you got the shit on you, if a cut happens,
it's immediate dysentery.
Oh my god,
you're dead. That's it.
It's just if your shit goes in my wounds,
nigga, scurvy.
Oh,
nigga, jungle rat on your face. But I honestly feel like for me personally, all logic will go out my window of even thinking that far ahead when this happens. As soon as I catch that smell, it wouldn't even have to be the smell. It honestly wouldn't even have to be the smell. The fact that I know this person that I do not know, whether they're homeless or not, has thrown a bucket of something warm on my skin that I cannot identify. It is grounds for you to die today. Yeah.
Today. I mean, you just purchased the VIP ticket.
And you homeless.
To the
so I don't even know
upper
how you
room.
was able to afford it.
To the upper. Look, this about to be a plush hotel, my nigga. Cause you not even finna feel this one coming.
Oh no, I want you to feel it. It's gonna hurt.
It's scary. It just scares me though, cause I've been seeing it, but I've been seeing this influx, and NBCLA is actually doing a special on it, to where it's a situation with the police and the homeless people that they can't prosecute them the same that they prosecute as they would prosecute us as regular civilians.
Right.
So basically, they are writing people citations for things that are felonies and misdemeanors just because they know that they can't go to court and actually tend to the issues. Citations.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video, man, where this homeless guy pushed the guy into a truck.
You know what's crazy? The fact that the way you said that, where they give them citations instead of actually taking them to court and doing that whole process. And isn't jail supposed to be there to help you? It's supposed to be a correctional facility. So if these people are suffering from mental illnesses and they're committing crimes, then it's your job to try to rehabilitate and teach them better. So that shows that your system ain't built to do that. And that's not what your system is doing. Your system wants labor. Your system wants bodies. Your system don't want to solve problems.
Well, I feel like they'll bring them in and they'll make them bodies. But the homeless people that they're gonna have to bring in are the psychotics who are on drugs and drug users. So in actuality, bringing these people to jail will be like bringing them to the fucking Ritz-Carlton. You know what I mean? And you'll be bringing them to the Ritz-Carlton, but you can't get no labor out of them because they're going to be going through withdrawals and all these other things. And then they got these psychosis issues. And now it's going to cost the state more to take care of them. Mm-hmm. So it's better to just leave them out here on the street to fend for themselves. Mm-hmm. But if I can get Jaleel, who got a regular working class job, and I can just catch him with a pill or two, or whatever the fuck he take for his back pain that his doctor won't prescribe him because he's a younger black male and they think that it might give him a street value that he can sell it for. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? All the situations.
Paint the picture. Paint the picture.
Yeah, let me paint the picture. You know, all of it ties into back to the economic issue of just saying we want your motherfucking money and not you. Mm-hmm. We want to build off of what you can provide. We want to build off of your personal capital, off of your personal excellence, off of your personal 24.
Getting the freest and cheapest labor or effectiveness at any point, no matter what it is and who it hurts. That shit, it's crazy, bro. Every single move that they make, them deciding to keep the homeless on the street, which causes things to be more disruptive, which causes more dissension, which causes more crime, which means that they can end up getting other people caught up in it they can actually use for what they need.
If you went out to the street and you actually went and harmed a homeless person, you would be going to jail. Mm-hmm. You would be prosecuted. You would be sitting in jail for a couple of days.
They'd be happy to, even though that person that's homeless shouldn't have even been on the street in the first place. It should have been somewhere getting.
And they might have done you something, and they just, well, you got the money to pay for it. We about to take you to jail. I can't. I don't want to just give fictional examples. Mm-hmm. Let me just state it to what happened actually in this situation with this lady, bro. They took him to jail. Mm-hmm. They wrote him a citation and they let him out the next day. Another guy. Show the video. This is NBC LA's video. Y'all should go check it out. Like I say, I don't mind dropping the news. Goddamn. Go to NBC LA. They showed another video where this homeless man who's also going through psychosis. Like I say, people are using these drugs and also have their own mental illnesses on top of that. True. Walked up to this lady just coming out of apartment complex. Bow y'all. Hit her in the fucking face. Bam. Knock across the head. Takes out running. They find him. He is literally like he even said it himself. He knows he got a mental issue. Later on, he hit somebody else that night.
And that because they let him go.
They not taking these people in because they can't get no money off of them. LA is becoming a city of two sides, bro. It's becoming the haves and the have-nots. And the have-nots is growing faster. Homeless people are here in LA because it is a cheap place to live and also has a great climate. This is the best place to be fucking homeless, bro.
It is. I would say it's cheap to live for if you're homeless. If it ain't cheap, nigga, it ain't cheap out here. Don't move out here.
How many people you know had to move from where they at and move back?
A lot of them. A lot of the people I know don't stay where they used to stay. It used to be where people would be their place for years at a time. It's rare now. Like it's hard out here. LA is not what it used to be.
And, bro, even with that, I know that me and you both know people who you know come from one city to the next. They come out here and LA is supposed to be this place of dreams and opportunity. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, man, this is one of the places where you think you got something going in the future and it may not be nothing. Mm-hmm. Somebody straight up lying to you. Somebody straight up feeding you dreams. And I feel like a lot of these homeless people have been fed dreams. When you sit there, a lot of the homeless is not the homeless you see on the fucking street. You don't even see most of the as much homeless people as you see on the street.
There's a lot more.
You do not see all of them. And that is the scary part of LA to me, bro.
There's shelters, there's missions, there's abandoned buildings, there's like all kind of places. The city is spread out and wide. We're like over 32 square miles of city.
Of homeless people.
That could be anywhere. Well, except for areas where there's money, because they don't allow that. They kicked them out of there.
I can't say that, bro, because I've been in Westwood, I've been in Brentwood, I've been in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills actually kind of modern to that shit.
I'm over there all the time. They don't play that.
Beverly Hills.
You can't even be over there with a shopping cart.
Beverly Hills probably the only place that I can say that I don't see homeless people in LA.
I was driving through there the other day, Sherman Oaks, like all that, the Valley area. Like when you get in the Valley, oh, they everywhere. But like the areas with the bread, they not playing, bro. They not playing. They keep them out of them areas because them people with money and power, like we don't want to see that depressing ass shit. Keep that shit away from us. Meanwhile, I wake up in the middle of the night because my alarm is ringing because there's a homeless person in my trash can, trying to get bottles and shit.
I mean, that's the other part too, though. At what point of empathy do we realize, like, man, these people, these are human beings as well? And Andrew Yang, one of the people who
he's running for president, he's running for the Democratic on the Democratic side.
I don't think he got a chance at winning, but
his support is growing as more and more people drop out. His support is slowly growing, and I like what he's talking. I just want to see how.
He's talking about giving people $1,000 a fucking month.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Minimum just for being an American.
Just for being an American, which I am not mad at.
And honestly, I like his plan too because I like how he was speaking on like all of these companies that are based in America or American companies that make all of this insane amount of money, and if they just gave just this little bit, you could actually help the rest of the country, which would in turn help you because guess who they spend their money with? You.
And see but that's an interesting concept to where I feel like we can. The man solving the problem of being homeless is not an issue.
It's actually not that. There's actually enough room and space. The problem is greed. A lot of the spaces and places that are available aren't gonna be given up. Like there's a list of homes that are foreclosed and abandoned and literally nobody lives in, that we could be putting these homeless in and giving them somewhere to be. But the problem is, these people don't care about that. They don't care about the fact that there's enough spots for people to lay their heads. They care about the bottom line. How much money can I make off of this? How much am I getting paid for this? They'd rather let something sit and rot than to actually like help another human being and give someone somewhere to be.
What can put me on top of you? That's America's view, man. Mm-hmm. And it's sad. What can put me on top of the next person to where I can feel like my piece of pie is a little bit sweeter and a little bit hotter, and it's a little bit bigger than yours. Mm-hmm. I don't mind if you get I don't mind if you get some of the pie.
True,
but I don't want to give you none of my whipped cream off of mine. Like yours didn't come with whipped cream. Mine look good with the presentation. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, man, just how you said, greed is the issue. It's not the issue of people wanting to work. Mm-hmm. It's not the issue of people wanting to not depend on the government. It's the issue of the greed and saying, I need to keep this group of people in this situation so I can always be able to make this bottom line, and they never can compete with me. Mm-hmm. I want to be greedy with my stance in this economy. And that's what people are always thinking about society and not even deviating too far away from our beginning point, because I always know when homeless people, have you ever looked at somebody homeless and they looked at you and it's like they go off into their psychotic episode after they look you in your face?
Bro,
and
literally, it's like, the shit just happened to me yesterday.
You think you fucking better than me. They fucking think they better than me. Like they really go off into their shit behind that, because, man, it's like, bro, really and truthfully, the only thing that separates you and their situation is being able to responsibly take care of it.
Right. That's true.
That's it.
Yeah.
Some of these people I feel like everybody, it's just like having a kid. If you're broke and you have a kid, it's harder to deal with that situation. If you're rich and you have a kid, you make sure that you deal with the situation that your baby mama left you and she took you for half of everything you got, and you got to show up to these court dates. Just like if you got a mental illness and the doctor say, hey, well, I think you got bipolar disorder.
Right.
If you got $100,000 a year job and you know you got that and you know you got a family to take care of, you might go to your job with your bipolar disorder and never tell no fucking body and just cause hell all in between that fucking office, and nobody know why the fuck they manager acting like that. But if you don't have the access to that type of capital and that type of lifestyle, and you just a person who living from day to day, and you find out that you got these mental illness issues going on, some people are weak, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
some people will just spiral and continue to spiral. Bruh, the movie, the way you described it flows just like how the movie The Joker does.
Mm.
And if you haven't seen make sure you see it. It follows that, and it uses the mental health approach and the way mental health is treated. By the government, by healthcare insurances. There's actually a special that was released just recently on a show on Netflix called Patriot Act with Hassan Minhaj, and he was speaking about how mental health is supposed to be covered by our insurance, and it's supposed to be treated as equally important as mental health due to a law that was passed by the government. But they show time and time again where they've been denying people mental health, and they're showing like that it's ended up in people's deaths. It's ended up in people, going crazy. Ended up in mental institutions having to be locked down.
School shootings just happened today.
Now you look at the homeless problem and how many people suffer from mental health issues and not being able to operate normally in society. And the root cause is that we're not meant to go through this stress.
Right.
We're not meant to have to work 2 jobs, to have to worry about keeping a roof over our head, worry about feeding and doing all these things. We're, as human beings, our minds and our bodies aren't meant to do that naturally. These are things that we do in order to survive in the world we currently live in, but it hasn't always been necessary, and it shouldn't be necessary.
That's a good point, bro. Like, the stress level of just making it, man. To know that even to get an apartment, you have to make 3 times that amount of rent, and just for you to be able to afford that apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, the average apartment in Los Angeles, California, let's just say you want a 1-bedroom. It's what, $1,300? 13.
Average price went up to 13.
Average price for a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,300.
And that's lowballing it, and that's in the hood.
You gonna have to make 3 times this amount of rent to get a 1-bedroom apartment. You understand me?
Now, who you making almost $4,000 a month?
Who makes that?
What's that? Multiply that by 12.
So if you don't know somebody, if you don't know how to manipulate pay stubs, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I have done some things to be able to move.
Put yourself in a position like that.
You know what I'm saying? To make certain moves, man. But the thing that's that thing with LA, man. I feel like to even be able to survive in LA and how people do things, which I even go further into this man's paranoid schizophrenia that he is diagnosed with, and throwing a bucket of shit on a lady's head. You gotta be a sick motherfucker, and even understanding how to survive out. Like, it takes so much to survive out here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you run into so many different types of things, so many different types of people, and it's such a dog eat dog place that I feel like the mental illness stretches so much further beyond the poverty line to the greed line.
Yep.
And just saying, you have to make yourself be better than these people you just made act like animals just to be able to survive in this economy.
Exactly. Because it's bad enough when you already, like, when we walk out into the world as humans, there's already shit trying to kill us, naturally. But then the things that we add on to ourselves, stress trying to kill us, the smog trying to kill us, nigga, cars are trying to kill us, other people are trying to kill us, like, cops is trying to...
Artificial intelligence trying to kill us all for taking our jobs.
Like, it seems like every single day there's another factor being added to the equation, and instead of, people realizing we need to alleviate these or trying to find a way to knock these down, they're just increasing and turning up the heat every day, making it harder and harder to just exist without hardship.
Man, that's a cliff note right there, man. Like, You gotta learn how to how to find value within yourself outside of this fucking diagram that they designing for you.
Exactly.
You know.
That's a for sure.
So right there, man, we gonna wrap this one up. Y'all can make sure y'all follow me at RealCliff225. Also, make sure y'all follow the podcast at Cliff Notes Radio on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all follow my boy.
It's down there somewhere.
Make sure y'all follow my boy Tori in his absence. It's _T_Rich.
That's
you
on the
funky
gram
dog.
and on Twitter.
Yeah, that's on the gram and Twitter.
Yep.
Gotta throw in for all the funky dog head bitches. That man is on Christian Mingle and Light Skins with Lil Swims. And also that nigga is on Good Hair with I Use Nair down there. Throw yourself out, Lil.
Follow me on the gram at Tough Crowd Lil, TUFFCROWD_LEEL, and on Twitter at Call Me Jalil, all one word, CALLMEJALIL, all that.
Yeah, and we're gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Make sure y'all tell a friend if y'all like it. Make sure y'all tell us. Yeah, we out, baby.
Peace.